Hello everyone, it's Thalan McRom and we're back in Blight, or the last plague Blight. I always get that backwards for some reason. This is not Blight Survival, even though I want to call it Blight because it's like the main word on the title here, but it's the last plague Blight. No, it's one of my favorite survival games. I wouldn't say it's my all-time favorite, but it's pretty high up there. And I can't wait to see what the dev does when it comes out of early access. But anyways, we're going to continue where we left off in our last stream. Here we had done some building, got some stuff finished up, and we finally got the word back from the followers of the Divine Flame that they need us to bring them some silver ore, which is going to involve us having to sail over to this island here. And I've kind of targeted this northern point right here, just north of this, little town here, because there's plenty of woods there for us to get, wood to build a raft. And we kind of got to work our way all the way past all this. And this over here is about as far over as we've been, so we're going to have to work our way over that direction. But there's a few things I kind of want to do before we do that. One, I want to fix up our pickaxe, because our pickaxe needs to be replaced. So let's see what we can do about that. I also kind of need to deal with this coyote, I think. I think that's a coyote. Are you coyote? Nope, that is a wolf. That wolf can stay over there. Never mind. Alright. That being the wolf, we're going to leave him there. But we're going to also finish this workbench so we can actually work on all that. So we're going to need more planks. We got the nails. And we're going to work on this, which we just need the bellows. Which, to make the bellows, we need... Let's see here. We need more planks, some leather, which we've got, and some more nails. Well, that's all stuff we can do. In fact, if we come over here, I think we've got some nails in here. Yeah, we've got some more nails right there. And I think we even made some last time. Yeah, we did. And we could make some more, which I think we might actually do here. Yeah, so let's see here. Let's do that. And... grab one of these. This one right there. That one there. Oh, that's the wrong material there. In here. Trying to stack off the wrong stack. Alright, there we go. So that should be enough to get us 2 more shots of nails there, because that's, yeah, 100 milliliters each. We just toss those in there. And there's our 200 milliliters. So we'll go ahead and actually just do that real quick. We'll grab, not all that, I just want like 2. 2 should be more than enough to get this going. Yeah, so that's 37 minutes of fuel. Like, we can do it with just one. Yeah, that would be plenty. 18 minutes of fuel will be plenty. So let's go ahead and get that done real quick. 1 and 2. That way we can just get these nails handled. Get them out of the way. We'll know the nails are done. We'll have them ready to go. Alright, so let's see here. We need to do that twice. And then we need to do that twice. Beautiful. Now we can just come over here, do that, light it up. Alright, and as soon as this hits temperature, we'll hit smelt. There we go. Alright, and we got about 7 seconds, because 1 minute's about 7 seconds in this game, so we're going to let that cruise on there. And then we will get this going. Hey, Ayla, welcome. You joined over there on Twitch. I am streaming to both YouTube and Twitch, folks, so it's combined chat. Welcome to the stream. We're doing a little smelting before we go off and do a little bit of gathering materials. Particularly, we need wood right now. Alright. And the bronze is done. So let's see here. Come on. Yep, let's do that. There's that one. Come on. Let me get the other nail mold. And that one. Beautiful. Alright, now we can put our crucible back in here. Just get it out of our inventory. Alright, now let's go get that wood we need. Do we have any hides in here? Yeah, that's just regular hides. It's all done. That's still tanning. Okay, perfect. So we're looking pretty good. So we're going to come over this way and cut down a couple trees, get the boards we need. We're trying to avoid getting eaten by coyotes. Let's see here. We'll just come over to this one. What's that? Oh, we got a dead rabbit over here. Looks like one of the coyotes had themselves a little lunch. Well, they're not paying attention. We'll take that skin. Get ourselves a little bit more leather going. Because for this long journey to the coast, we're probably going to want an extra water skin or two of resources there. Just my opinion. There we go. Alright. Organize all that a little bit there. Cool. Let's get our axe out. Let's see here. I don't really want this young tree. We'll do the small tree here. That'll give us a bit more wood to work with. But welcome to the stream, folks. I hope everybody's having a good evening. Alright. Grab all these resources here. Put the axe away real quick, because I don't need the axe right now. There we go. Let's get our saw out. Because mostly what we're going to be doing is making boards. Oh, pine branch fell over here. Let's grab that one. Grab the rest of this stuff too. All these twigs and branches and sticks. We'll take them back with us. Because they'll be good to have. Oh, there's where I left some rotten meat on the ground over there. Look at that. Hilarious. Alright. Okay, so let's saw this into boards. Get that going. Kind of want to see if I can make a better spear. There we go. Let's put this away. Long planks. There we go. Alright, well, we got a few. They don't stack. Okay. Good to know. Why didn't those stack in there? Oh, that's already stacked up. Alright. Let's do that. There we go. It's a little bit better. Gonna grab a few more of these sticks and twigs and such. Just to kind of help keep us in stock on things here. Keep an eye on that bear over there. The inventory management is quite an interesting thing, because I've got the largest size backpack that you can get, and that's how much space it gives you. The small, but the backpack you start with is like half that space, if even. And it's a whole process just to build more storage space. Let's see here. We'll do this young tree, I guess. Right now I'm trying to get a workbench built so I can actually get some crafting done that I need, because I need a bellows right now. And you have to have a workbench to make said bellows. That was all that. Alright, let's saw this into boards here. And my big holdup is boards. I don't have enough boards. Alright, so we get... Really, we don't have enough space. Go on. I was going to say, we should have enough space for a couple planks. There we go. And now we're out of inventory space. There we go. Let's see if we can't pick up anything else here. Yeah, there's a twig. What about this stick? We got space for the stick? We do. Alright. Yeah, because my goal is, so we're all the way up here in like the northern part of the map. I'm trying to travel all the way over to here because I then have to build a raft and sail to this island. I mean, it would be interesting. In some ways, I would kind of appreciate it, just because of how much inventory space you can get in this backpack. But yeah, it would be a little rough. I mean, the farming system's similar, because let's look at this plant. So it's telling me it's damp, so it's got enough moisture, condition is strong, doesn't have any blight currently, which is great. It's got good sunlight, good fertilization. 6 weeks left to just grow the next harvest of blueberries off that bush, though. Like, my goodness. Alright. Okay. So I need 2 more long planks, and then a bunch of short planks. Alright. Is my fire even lit? No, my fire is not lit. Okay. Let's throw these rabbit bones in there. And actually, let's throw all these dandelions in here. Save myself some more inventory space really quick. There we go. That in there. Actually, I'm going to go put this rabbit hide I found into my soaking basin so I can actually do it. You also find that the leather making process is sort of similar to Vintage Story. In that you need, like, you need a bunch of salt and water to treat your hides, and then you have to stretch them on a tanning rack and, like, do all these steps to get hides. Although, actually, I'd actually kind of prefer having this one to Vintage Stories, minus the salt part, just because of how finding salt in Vintage Story works. There we go. And let's put all my pine boughs in here. Sort all that, and I want 1, 2 pine boughs. Alright, and where's my... Why do I have clay? I don't know why I have clay in my inventory right now. It's okay. Let's craft that. Let me add my clay to this. I don't know where I got clay from, but alright. That was strange. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our tender. There we go. Keep one of those. Alright, light her up. Yeah, I'm just using my pickaxe and a piece of flint to light the fire, by the way. General efficiency. There we go. Cook all the salt. Beautiful. And actually, what I should do real quick is get some fish smoking here. And I do kind of wish that I could get a fish trap like this in Vintage Story. But I'm sure that'll come in time. Alright, so let's see here. Let's cut up my fish before those coyotes get over here and start causing problems. So we're going to need all kinds of stuff for this trip. Because I gotta go get silver. So basically, the cave hermits of fire worshipping, or whatever you want to call them, followers of the divine flame, have told me that they require silver ore to complete the next bit of their research. Which, alright, cool, we can do that. But to get silver ore, I have to go sail to that island way over there. Like, at the end of the earth, from where I'm at. So, there we go. That's the next trip. Alright, so 14... So that's 2 food. Go get that smoking. How's my fire looking here? 3 hours. Let me examine this here. It is vinegar. That's good. It's not full, though. That's strange. Settling on the coast probably seems like a good idea now. So, yes and no. Because, I don't have a good way of getting water on the coast. Because I don't have enough salt in that one. What about this guy? This guy got enough salt? So I'll probably take one of these salt-filled jars with me as well. Let's grab this here. Examine. I'm going to throw a thing of salt in here. And put this rest of the salt here in this storage. There we go. Take that with me, actually. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, the way you preserve food in this is you put it in full of salted jars. There. Alright, so there's all that. Let's see here. Where's my pine leaf stockpile? There it is. Pine leaves can go there. And then my... That's flint. Where is my... There's my twigs. Alright. Let's go get the rest of the boards we need. Because I don't know if you can desalinate water. If I'm honest. I don't know. Those wolves or those coyotes? Those look like wolves. Yeah, those are actual wolves. Those are not friend. Feels like I'm missing some stuff here. Anyways. Axe, if you please. Let's get this down. Oh, I came over and borrowed your forge earlier. I brought my own stuff, but I needed some, by the way, we are in a mineral poor area where I'm at. Like, I've searched all over. Though apparently there's some sort of, like, high yield of salt. But yeah, I came over and borrowed your forge so that I could make a saw earlier. I brought my own ingots and stuff. But I just needed an anvil. So now I actually have a real door on my house. General efficiency. Feel like an actual settled, you know, semi-civilized person on our server. Alright, long plank. Long plank. And there's the last long plank I should need for a bit. Alright. And we're going to chop this tree down. Yeah, I was doing a bunch of, like, prospecting. Pure luck and capitalism. That's fair. Oh, funny enough, I found a ruin you hadn't found yet. Not too far from my house. Earlier today. I was impressed. Normally you're the guy who first finds ruins. Go on, run. Run. Let's... Those wolves are fighting me over a tree. You see that? I'll chop this stump while I wait for them to move on. Yeah, I still want to find one of those dungeons as well, because I think that'd be really cool. I'm also excited to say that, you know, maybe tomorrow I might have something new for the stream. I might have a cat camera. I finally got my cat's replacement cat bowl for her that she likes to sit in. Basically just a little like hammock type thing that sits next to my computer for her. We had to get rid of the old one because it had fallen into poor repair, we'll say. Yeah. There we go. Alright, put the axe away, grab this. That there. Grab that one. Put it there. Grab my saw now that the wolves have moved off. But yeah. So. We might have cat cam. Starting tomorrow on the streams. You know, no one wants to see me on stream, but my cat, absolutely. Everyone loves a cat. Alright, grab some more dog bane. And then we need some more dandelions. So one of the things they definitely need to like add to this game I've been thinking about is stews. Like, I can cook meat and like rabbits and stuff, but you can't make like stews. But you can clearly make like cooking pots and stuff. So like, definitely need to add stews. Do I not have enough space for that? Really? There we go. I want that dog bane. There it is. Twig. Sticks. Can I get this stick without going into the blight? Just barely. Oof. That one was right there on the edge. Alright, well that should be enough boards to finish the project. Or at least most of them. I might need a couple more, but we'll see. Alright, let's see here. Add from inventory. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and just add the rest of these boards into here. Yep. There we go. And now, need to equip a small stone. There you go. Build. Because I don't have a real hammer yet. I just have a small rock. And actually, before I make a mistake here, hold on. I about made a critical mistake. Where's my small rock pile? Need a couple backup rocks. There you go. How's this doing? Yeah, it's 65% done. Let's throw a bit more fuel in the fire there. There we go. Some scrap wood too. Cool. How's my stick pile doing actually? Oh, what do I do? How do I get pebbles over here? I don't know how I got pebbles over there, but we're gonna move these pebbles. At some point, I'm gonna find a use for pebbles. Alright. Let's get my nails out. There we go, because I'm gonna need those nails to make the bellows I need. Let's see here. Now, sort all that. Good, I got 2 extra rocks so that when the first one breaks, I'll have a backup rock. Yeah, I think my first goal right now is to replace my pickaxe in this game. I also need to do another charcoal burn here in a minute. So many things to do in this game. They're constantly working. But I suppose this game is kind of about, like, you know, society is falling apart. You're kind of what's left. See, I broke 2 rocks in a row there. There we go. That's part of the reason I want to get my ironworks up and running so I can get a proper hammer. It's weird you can't make, like, a tin bronze hammer in this. Like, I can make a tin bronze axe, I can make a tin bronze knife, but I can't seem to make, like, a hammer. At least I don't think I can. Let's see here. Search. Hammer? See, I can make a hammer handle, make a steel hammer. But can't make, like, a tin bronze hammer. Just saw an axe. I could make a wheelbarrow wheel, or a wagon wheel, even. But anyways, I digress. I'm getting too distracted here. Alright, so that's done. So now, I need some more planks. And some leather. Where's my leather? Leather's over here. Alright, that's not quite done yet. That's fine. There's 1 leather and 2, because I just need 2 or 3 for the bellows, right? Yep, just 3. So let's do crafting. Cut that up. Glorious. Glorious success. Alright, let's also get a little bit of water going here, because my character's a little hungry. Or thirsty. What am I saying? I clearly have not had enough caffeine today. Saying all kinds of weird things. Alright, boil that water up. There we go. And now, I'm going to need a little bit more in the way of... That's the wrong tool. Need this. Gonna need a few more logs. Which, this small tree has just volunteered to become logs. Is that a wolf or a coyote over there? Can't tell. There you go. Grab all these things here. But yeah, my goal is to fix the pickaxe, get a chisel, basically get my iron tools up and running here. And then we're going to set sail towards the coast, I think, is my goal. Chop this up. What you up to tonight there, General Efficiency? You having a good day so far? Go. I should move that blueberry bush over here to my farm. Same with these. But I hope everybody out there's having a good day. I'm having a pretty good day. Go ahead and saw this up for a couple more boards here. Alright. Saw away. Let's come back over here. Alright. Now I'm going to need a hammer, I think. Yep, there's that. Alright. Examine. And I need to make bellows. Nope, I need the saw, not a hammer. Oh, I can store tools in this. Well, that's cool. Alright. That up. Put my extra planks down. And I have now discovered a bellows. Add from inventory. Build this. There we go. Examine that. Nice. We have a forge now. Which means I can actually do a number of things. So let's put these away. Let's put my sticks away. Let's see here. How many sticks I got left? Wow. I'm actually running out of storage space for sticks. Alright, we'll put these twigs away here. How's that doing? 63? Alright. Well, what we can do to do something with these sticks is I'm just going to break all of these into two here. And we'll just store them in the twig stockpile. Now it's about time to feed my character a bit more and drink some water. But are you on the server currently, General Efficiency? Is that thing full? Oh yeah, apparently it's 90 is all it can hold. Well, the rest of these figs are going in the fire. There we go. Sort all that. Nice. Alright, there we go. Throw all that in there. Cool. Get a little more smoked fish going. Let's eat that. The other thing I need to be able to do is queue up things to eat for my character. That's what I've noticed. Like, eat that, and then eat this. Yep. Eat one of those. Alright. How's that going to put us? We're getting close to good on food. Let's see here. Let's grab some water to drink. Top off our thirst real good. My man just downed like half a liter of water here in one sitting. Alright. There we are. Get that boil in there. Put all that. Nice. Alright, so let's see here. We need a bit more firewood for the evening. And I'm trying to think what else we need realistically here. Beyond a bit more firewood. Now let's just grab the firewood. Take that back to the house. Let's see here. Don't really want a young tree. Small. Yeah, I'll do a small tree here. Small tree will work just fine. Keep an eye out for the natives, aka the wolves. Alright, get that, Let's pick up all the pieces here. There we are. And now we'll chop this up into some logs to take with us. For a bit of firewood. Beautiful. Alright, take all that. Actually grab a couple of these small stones. I'm over here because I'm going to need them for hammers anyways. Because our first bit of foraging is going to have to be done with small stones, so... There we go. Alright. So I was thinking I'd do my pickaxe first, but I might do a hammer first, just so I have a proper hammer. Although a chisel would be super good too. Man, decisions, right? Chisel, hammer, you know, pickaxe to get more iron. And my current pickaxe works. What do y'all think in chat? Y'all got an opinion on the matter of which I should focus on? Okay, that's still smoking along nicely. I only had it like 2 hours. Alright. There we go. That'll keep the fire going for a while. Alright, axe away for a second. Check this out. Good, that's all good. How's this doing? That's almost done. Nice. Trying to figure out why I have a pebble down here. Let's see here. So I have this stump here. So let's examine the stump. Forge new. So we can do copper. So if we take small stone and an iron bloom, we can get a wrought iron chunk and some slag. Wrought iron bar. We use to construct support. Huh. Not sure what that's for. Okay. So steel ammo requires mild steel chunks. So there's the bear trap. So we can make bear traps, apparently. We can make a steel spear and a sword blade. Interesting. How do I make a mild steel chunk? By carburizing with charcoal. So, if we come over here and grab some of our charcoal real quick. Some iron. Grab one more. Alright, so that give me 8 pieces of iron there. And let's grab like just a stack or two of charcoal. Check the fish before I get started on this crazy project here. I still got a little bit to go. Alright. So I have the bloomery. Some iron ore. Okay. 45 minutes. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3. That ought to be enough. Alright. So let's do this here. In inventory. Let's just do 2 of those. 2 of those. This is my first time doing any sort of ironwork in this game. Alright, so let's light it. Come on, get up temperature. Smelt. Alright, got that going. Let's also grab some copper here, because I'm going to need like 1. So each one of these is worth like 2 or 3. There's like a few bits of copper. So let's see here. Let's see here. Let's do this again. Do that again. There we go. And then we need to do... Can't smelt anything useful with these materials. Oh, that's interesting. Really? Okay. I think I see what's going on here. Interesting. Never mind. Okay. Actually, hold on. Hold on. I got an idea. Let's do this. Go into here. Light that up. Got an idea. Come on, smell. Whew, just barely got that. Alright. That's still got some time. How are we doing here? Nope. I want to check the fish. Fish. Come on, fish. Almost done. Alright. Got a lot going on here all at once. So basically, I need some molten copper to make copper plates and stuff. Unless I can just use... Let me double check this here. Copper plates. I just need hardened copper. Needs to be heated to be forgeable. That's what I thought. Alright. Actually, hold on. Let me do something here. I'm gonna throw one of these in here. I want to try something. I may have messed that up. Can I put this in here to be heated? No. Okay. Interesting. Think I've made a mistake here in my smelting, but it's alright. We're gonna try it. Okay, so let's just pour that into here. Yep. And then let's do this. And just throw this back into here. Throw this into here. Smelt that real quick. Because I think what I needed to do was heat it up in here. And just ignore the warning it was giving me. But it's okay. Because basically I need to make some copper plates. So I can do some chemistry, effectively. Come on, copper. There we go. Last bit of copper I needed. There we go. Cool. We'll grab that as soon as it hardens. Good, these are done. Smoked bass. It does seem like the smoked trout gives you slightly better food value. That's interesting. If I'm understanding this correctly here. There we go. Alright. Good, that's nice and hardened. But is it cold? Alright, let's see if it's still too cold to use here. Forge new. Alright, so yes, apparently this is still too hot. The hardened can be hammered. Or do I just need to put a rock in my hand? Hammer? Okay. Can I just do like this? No, because I don't want to smelt it. I just want to heat it. Alright, where's my charcoal? We're going to test something here. Okay, well that's unfortunate. So that seems... We got some iron blooms here. I only get like 3 iron blooms. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, no, they wandered down here into the water. They rolled downhill. Never mind. Okay, so let's get out of the water real quick. So you're going, where'd my iron blooms go? Note to self, do not build your bloomery on a hill in this game. Alright. Need more heat. Okay, so we need to come over here. Alright, so let's do this. Okay. Alright, these are heated. Those in the fire. Alright, let's do this. Alright. Okay, so they do not say heated long. Note to self. Okay. Let's grab that. Alright. Let's see what we can do here. Iron. Iron. Do what we can. Okay, so we've gotten how much wrought iron here? Looks like we've gotten 4 wrought iron chunks. And some slag. I wonder what the slag's for. Can I use the slag for anything? Info. No, it doesn't tell me what I can use the slag for. But I can stockpile it. That's interesting. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good night. Alright, let's grab a couple more pieces of charcoal and get the rest of this heated up here. There we go. Sort that. What I'm going to need to do is ruin my copper a little bit. Alright. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. Do this here. Alright, good. Now, where's my... Make twigs. There they are. Cool. Alright. Figuring it all out. Slowly but surely getting there. Okay, so first things first, let's do that, and light that one up. Because basically what I have to do is melt the copper and then let it harden, and then I can heat it in a separate thing. And once I get chunks of copper, it's strange the way they've got that working. They're gonna want to work on that. But, like, don't let me make ingots for some reason. You know, if you can't use the copper ingots. All right. Okay. Oh, so if I do that, it becomes mild steel. Fantastic. Perfect. Beautiful. Alright, so we now know how to make mild steel. Alright, let's just do this. Get these done. Make some more mild steel here in a second. Alright. This is also leveling up our character's metalworking skills, by the way. Cool. Alright. Let me grab another piece of charcoal here. So I'll grab 2 more just in case. Let's come over here. Add 1 more to the fuel here. I'm definitely going to need some more charcoal. What I'm learning. But it's good to know that making the mild steel is easier than I thought it was going to be. I also need to put like a little fence down here. What is going on? Oh, right. I have a leech. I forgot. Let me heal that. Sitting here going like, why is my character losing health? Leech. Leech is why. Oh, goodness. This game. Alright. I just need to go get some water for my character, which I can do here. How's this going? Alright. So that's done. Cool. We're going to put this in... Well, let me get this rock out of my hand first. Put this in my offhand. Can I put it down somewhere? Tab. Can I place it? Place? No. Okay. Well, I'll just let that sit for a bit. First things first. Drink some water. There we go. Nice and full there. Our mild steel should be done. Yep, done. Smelt that one. Perfect. So now, it's still burning. Yep. Alright, what can I make with this mild steel real quick? I have 4. So if I'm careful... Okay, what happened to my copper? Did I just lose that copper? I just lost that copper. Ah. Okay, well. Ooh, chisel. Yeah, we're gonna make the chisel. There we go. Okay. Oh. I feel like an idiot, because I did just lose a whole bunch of copper. Alright, well, go put this slag away while I can. Okay, let's see what we've got over here. That's still got 12 minutes. Cool. Got some pebbles I need to go get rid of. In my pebble stockpile. Alright. How's this going? That's still smoking along. Man, that's cutting it close, though. Alright, let's grab my stone chisel. And I think I need a board. Just 1 board. 1 board, please. And chisel handle, chisel handle, chisel handle. Chisel handle. Okay, there's the chisel. Chisel handle. There we go. So you have to make a stone chisel to make a handle for your steel chisel. There we go. And now I can make the steel chisel. And now we have a real chisel. Repair with... Yeah, cool. Once I have a grinding wheel, which is the whole reason I needed this thing, by the way. Is to get a grinding wheel. Put the stone chisel away. Put this back in my main hand here. Or offhand. Alright. Let's see how this is going. Is my stuff ready? It is. Good. Let's come over here real quick. So I want to make one more thing. We're going to make this hammer. So that I can have a proper hammer, finally. There we go. Then what do I need to make the hammer handle? Hammer handle. Hammer handle. Which is another short plank. Well, that's easy enough. Alright, short plank. See. Back up to the top here. Axe handle. Chisel handle. Hammer handle. Here we go. I think we've got like a blight storm going on. I'm not sure. Yeah, that looks like a blight storm. Alright, let's stay up under our roof here. Let's combine those. There we go. We have an actual hammer. Fantastic. This is like the furthest along tech-wise I've been ever in this game. Not sure what to do about this blight storm, though. Yeah, look at that blight storm. Doesn't that look awful? What time is it in game? Alright. That's all fine right there. Can I lay down in this? Yeah. So we'll sleep in here. Because the lean-to does seem to be protecting us from the blight storm. There we go. Alright. Looks like the blight storm has stopped. Okay, so it's not blighted. Good. So it looks fine. It's got about 11 hours left. You can see where there's still like some remnants of the blight out here. Nasty business, that whole blight thing. Alright, I'm gonna throw a rabbit hide on here. Get to tanning. Alright, so let's come back over here to my backpack. Throw this coyote hide in there. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So we'll put all this in here for the moment. And what I think I'm going to do is I want to fix my pickaxe. So we're going to need a little bit more iron for that. So I think I'll head down to the iron mine. Actually, first things first. Hold on. Hold on. I need to find a sandstone rock. I also grab more dandelions here. While we're out and about. Let's see if we can't find a sandstone rock as we're heading down to the iron mine. Alright, there's some coyotes over there. But we're going to give them a wide berth. We're not going to bother them, and they're not going to bother us. Or at least that's the plan. So these dandelions are for getting salt, in case people don't know. Alright, endurance is good. Let's see here where we're at. So there's our iron in this direction. Cool. You need a lot of salt in this game for lots of different things. Like these spotted red mushrooms. You need them for... You need salt in these spotted red mushrooms to make the blight cure. Well, the blight treatment, I should say. For reducing your blight exposure here. You also need ginseng for that as well. The other thing I need to grab some more of while I'm out here is copper. There's limestone. I don't need limestone. There's a blueberry bush. There's another spotted red mushroom. We'll grab that. Because basically I'm going to take and make some more water skins. And we're going to get some more of like the blight cure-all, some more healing tea and stuff like that to take with us on our long adventure here that we're going to start here in a little bit. Once I kind of get my pickaxe fixed. Because really I just need my pickaxe. Once I have my pickaxe I'll be good to go on the journey here. Alright, where are we at? Still a bit north of my iron area, so let's head further south. Try and avoid any unfriendly critters on the way. How are we looking here? all this stuff's got a little bit of blight to it. A couple more spotted mushrooms. There's a whole bunch of blight right there. See, the other thing is these blight clouds both move and grow as the game runs on here. Grab a couple more. Alright, how are we looking? A little off course, but that's fine. It's just a general area where I find iron. That, and I think I've already mined the surface iron anyways. Oh, we got a dead rabbit. We'll harvest him. I don't know what left the rabbit here, but we'll take it. Now, a lot of this stuff we're not going to take with us on our journey, like these nails, the resource pan, all that. We're going to leave back at base when we go on our journey here. And we'll smoke up another round of fish or two to take with us. There we go. Alright. So we should be right about on top of my iron area here. There's a rock. And there's still a little north of it. It's okay. What's that? That's just a regular rock. Yep. More regular rocks. That's fine. Rock. Because you'll say iron-rich rock once we find it. I hope that... that blight cloud's not sitting on it. Okay. Let's keep pushing our way south here a little bit. Yeah, this is starting to look like the right area. Regular rock there. Sure it wasn't a bear sitting over there. Another regular rock there. Sandstone rock. Here we go. This is actually one of the things we need. Alright, so let's see here. Let's get our chisel. So craft with... No. Search. Let's see here. Let's close that out. Search and grindstone. So I need a large sandstone chunk. Okay. So let's mine this real quick. See if we can't get a large sandstone chunk. Because with this large sandstone chunk, basically it made a grinding wheel, which will let me better sharpen and maintain my tools. Essentially, I'll be able to sharpen them and clean them up and fix them with less durability loss to the tool. To be very nice. And then we want to get a few more chunks of iron ore. And then we'll be pretty good to go. Because once we get, I think it's 10 more chunks of iron, we can make a brand new pickaxe. Alright. That's sandstone rich. Okay. It just broke off a large chunk that counts as a rock. Okay, let's mine that one then. Just need a large chunk, man. Come on. Oh, goodness. Again, this is something also I've never successfully done in this game. So, if you play Blight, or last played Blight, let me know. I want to hear y'all's feedback of what you think about the game and stuff. I personally love this game. Just because of how in-depth. I was a big fan of a game called The Unreal World. My one problem with it, some of the graphics and some of the controls are a little weird for me, from what I'm used to gaming-wise. But I love the whole idea of it. There we go. Alright, let's pick that up. No, I wanted the big one. Okay, that will not fit my inventory. No! Okay, well, we're gonna go over here, find an iron rock, set this guy down and get our pickaxe back out. Okay. Large stone, dragon, dogbane, thistle, orange cap, pine cone. Come on, just need an iron rock here. There's some considerate copper down there too. Okay, so we're going to go down there because I do need some more copper. Since I messed up. Oh, there's the iron. Okay, hold on. Let's drop this. Drop. There we go. So let's mine this iron. Alright. We'll mine this iron. And then we'll grab the tin and the copper after we've mined this iron out. See how much iron we get out of this rock. Wait just a second, folks. Alright. Yeah, like I probably won't take my saw with me to go to the cave, or to go get the silver, because I shouldn't need a saw. Well, hell, see, now my paranoia is making me want to take the saw with me. I don't know. Tough decisions. I mean, the good news is all this mining is helping train my character's endurance. Alright. And his mining, too. I'm surprised my tree cutting is as low as it is. Let's keep an eye out for things here. Yeah, I'll zoom out a little bit so we don't have to listen to my character panting as he mines here. Because once this rock's played out, I'll have to move on, and we'll have to go down to the cave that's nearby here. Because this cave's got a bunch of iron in it. So does that one. And unfortunately, these survivors here kind of played out for me. They don't have any more quests for me to do for them. And my cat is absolutely spoiled right now, hanging out in her new little raised cat bed thing next to my computer. Yes, you are. You're a spoiled kitty. That's right. No, did I disturb you? I'm sorry. I've reached out of a predator. I think this is going to be the last bit of iron ore out of this one. This is the other reason I want to repair my pickaxe, because right now it's in terrible shape. I mean, the good news is I can basically smelt it down and get a new one. Let's see here. Iron ore, iron ore. I'll even take the small rock because I can. Alright, there we go. Let's grab that. And we're going to come down here. We're going to get this stuff here. Alright, let's drop that for a second. So we'll grab tin ore. We're going to mine the copper because that's really what I need right now. Kind of keep an eye on that coyote I saw over there. I hope that's coyote. Alright, kind of keep an eye on everything. See, that area really looks like there should be a cave there, but there is not. How's my character skills doing here? Really need his endurance to level up a bit more, and his mining to increase a bit more. What I think we'll do when we get back to base is I think we'll really, you know, cook up that rabbit and cook it up nicely with a little bit of garlic and salt. There we go. Let's grab this stick. I'm just going to get some of this stuff out of the way so I can see what I'm looking at here. Nope, not mine. Pick that up. Yep. Pick that up. Pick that up. And that. 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 There we go. Good enough. Mind that. That's what lets my character get a little more stamina back. Got a little bit of copper. Not enough, though. Didn't need a lot more. But this is actually enough iron, technically, to fix my pickaxe. Because we can break it down into, I think, 8 pieces of iron or steel. And as long as I get 2 more, I can make a new one. Ideally, I'm going to want a steel anvil, too. But once I get this chisel, I think I can also use it to repair things. And this hammer is good to have with us, because we can use it to dismantle things we find. Like, if we find little shacks to spread around with furniture and stuff in them, we can dismantle them for extra nails and loot and stuff. There we go. Alright. This copper stone is almost played out. Once that's done, we're going to head back home with our piece of sandstone. And those blue vitriol pieces are also good to have, because I think we can use those to cleanse our food of blight, which would be good, especially with that rabbit we're carrying around right now. What you got going on right now out there, General Efficiency, if you're still around? Or anybody else? Anybody else got something fun they want to talk about while we sit here and mine? I keep an eye on that deer sneaking up on me in the woods over there. Alright. Grab this tin ore real quick here while my character takes a breath. Small tin ore piece. Small tin ore piece. There we go. Let's see what we can get out of this thing here. I want to pick stuff up. There we go. Alright. There's another copper ore right there. How are we looking inventory-wise? Yeah, we're looking alright. Now, I am going to need... So let's put that in here. So we're going to need to move some stuff around a little bit. Put that down there. Put that over there. Yep. There we go. So that's about all we're going to be able to grab. So let's grab this. Let's head back. Alright. Back north. Might grab some more dandelions on the way here, just because we can. We can grab one more thing. Literally one more inventory space. I think it will be a dandelion. There we go. Alright. Yep, it looks like all of it. Yep. Alright. Where are we at? Perfect. This line will actually take us basically straight home. As long as there's no, like, new blight clouds in between us. We'll have to find some wild garlic on the way, though. Well, once we get home and offload some of this. Still not sure what golden seal's for. In-game. Camomile's for dogbane, salt, or the dandelions, even the oleander. I know what that's for. The oleander is for clearing out light clouds, small ones. You basically make little burn piles with the oleander leaves in it, and it kills the blight in a small area. Alright, we're getting there. I really should have grabbed the sandstone a lot closer to home, I think. You know, hindsight's 20/20, as they say. Make sure I don't run into anything unpleasant here. Come on, up the hill, up the hill, up the hill. You can do it. I believe in you. There he goes. Had to wiggle back and forth a little bit there to get up that hill. That's just a big rock. Okay. How are we doing map-wise? A little off course. That's alright. Get recentered here. The other thing I need to do at some point is make some quicklime. Something else I've never done in the game. Some more copper there. And cassiterite, which is good. So we got some more tin and copper to make tin bronze. I like to use that for my nails. I don't want to use my iron for nails. Actually, do I have enough space for a bit more? Yeah, I can pick up the small pieces. There we go. Okay, so we need to head this direction just a little bit. Alright, folks, we're getting there. We're getting there. Y'all might be wondering why I'm putting all this effort into getting iron and steel when realistically you'd think it'd make more sense to be making prep work for the travel and like storing up extra food and stuff. Well, that's all to come. We're going to do all that. But the reason I'm doing that is because we don't want to get over to the island where we have to mine this silver and find ourselves bogged down with a worn out, half-busted pickaxe trying to mine the silver we need and get out of there. Because if it gets wet, you know, it's going to rust and stuff like that. We want to keep it dry as we can. And, you know, we want to keep it nice and sharp and all that. So we kind of want to get a new pickaxe. That's why I'm doing all this. Like, I probably won't I don't know that I'll take the hammer with me, per se. But I might. I feel like that blight cloud over there's gotten bigger. Yeah, I think I want to kill that blight cloud. I think I'm going to try one of those little blight killing bonfire thingies on that blight cloud. I feel like that one's gotten worse. I'm also pretty sure my campfire's gone out. Thinking about that. Yeah, because it should be like right over there. Right? Yeah, I should be looking right at my campfire. Yeah, it's like just over that hill there. Well, we'll have to relight the campfire. But it's alright, because we're going to build a new campfire when we get to our little outpost anyways, and a new smoking rack, and I'll probably build a fishing, trap over there as well, just to keep food on the table while we're over there doing the mining, and to make sure we have food to come back with. Like I also said, I intend to take, like, a couple various things with me. Alright, here we go. Finally back. Okay. Let's make that... Where is it? Nope, nope, nope. Yes, this. Chisel. Beautiful. There we go. Alright. Now, with this, we should be able to build... Miscellaneous? Yes, this. So let's place this down here real quick. We're going to place that, like, right here, I think. There we go. Nice. Alright. Now, let's come over here. And... just drink all that real quick. Take a little sip of water. Beautiful. We'll throw the rabbit in there. We'll throw the bones in here. And I'm going to need a little bit of salt and some garlic. We can get all that. Actually, hold on. I almost forgot to put that in there. There we go. Do I have any empty pine cones? No. So let's grab a few leaves. 1, 2, and 3. Should be enough. So I think I only had 1. Yep, there's that. Alright, let's grab a twig or 2. See how that looks. Yep, there we go. Beautiful. Now, just to save myself some headache on finding firewood, I'm just going to throw 2 handfuls of pine boughs in there. There we go. There's that. Now, grab that garlic we need. Do I have any garlic saved up in my chest? No, and I don't have enough salt. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll make salt first. Okay, so we'll throw all that in there. There we go. Let's light her up. There we go. Cook all that salt up. Beautiful. Alright, let's come over here. And do that. And where's my copper? I got some copper too. There we go. Okay, I get metalworking for breaking up my copper ore into usable pieces of copper. Interesting. Alright, I'm not going to complain. Alright, let's do this as well. These pine nuts will act as kind of a intermediary food source for us. There we go. Alright, so let's see here. Copper. 1, 2, 3. That was the wrong one. That's not the one I meant to put in there. It's 300. 400. We'll do 500 just to be sure here. 2, 3. Alright. That in there. I need 22 minutes, so I need at least one more piece of charcoal. There we go. There's that. And then gonna need a pine bough or two. There we go. I'm mostly doing this just because I need some more. Oh, I didn't finish. Hold on. Because I need some more pine leaves. There we go. Alright. Pine leaves. Light her up. Well, that's nice. We're using the chisel this time to light it. Alright. And smelt. And this time we're going to let it harden. Alright. And over here, we're just going to throw the sticks into the fire. Yep, just add that to the fire right there. Beautiful. And then we'll add our extra pine needles into there. Cool. Small stones can go into there. We'll have them under order. Don't have that. What else I got? Sort all that out. You have tin and stuff that needs to go in here. Sort that out. Alright, good. Now that'll get me the copper, or the salt I needed. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright, let's go find some garlic real quick so we can cook up this rabbit and have a nice actual meal. Because my garlic is not done growing. Small stones. Small stones. I need garlic. Garlic. Where you at, garlic? Those are coyotes. I don't need coyotes. I need garlic. 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 There we are. Beautiful. Alright. Garlic acquired. And while this is going to increase our blight just a little bit, it's going to make our character a lot happier too. That reminds me, I do need to, like, put this rabbit pelt in here. There we go. Alright. Now, see, garlic. Separate that out. Beautiful. And then what we need here is we need, like, one rabbit. It's like 1 or 2 garlic, something like that. And let me split this here. Split. I need, like, I think it's 40 more salt. Split. Very bland. Bland. Flavorful. So it's 4 garlic, 60 salt, rabbit, flavorful. Cook. Hold on. Just a second, folks. Delete that. There we go. Gonna have to adjust my auto mod settings here. We've got some garlic up there. I'm gonna go ahead and plant some more garlic. Plant. Alright, I gotta till the soil. Never mind. Alright, so let's grab a stick. 1 stick, please. 1 stick there, Governor. Alright, there we go. Till. Till. Definitely need a better tool for tilling soil. Or like the ability to like drag and drop, like, let's till all that area. Same with like flattening. And leveling. Be like, I want to flatten this whole area here. There we go. There. Okay. Now let's go put this back. Alright, now. Plant. Plant like one right there. Because again, garlic's good to have around. And plant. Shift and this. There we go. Okay, let's grab this. Gonna water these really quick here. Water. Water. I should also make watering thing at some point. There's a black bear over there. I don't remember inviting him to this party. There we go. Alright. So I gotta refill this here soaking basin to get that rabbit pelt actually getting treated here. Alright, 60% full. And then what we'll do is I think we should have the ingredients to turn this clay jar into like the water, into like the treatment stuff for the food. There we go. Put that down. Okay. This should be ready. Yep, there's our flavorful rabbit. Nice. So now, with treatment stuff. So if we come into here, journal, catalog, substances, water, rainwater, spotted mushroom soup. What is it? Nope, nope. I need tasks. Okay. Be nice if it remembered those recipes for me. Alright, did I save it in here? Let's see here, read. Crushed into powder, mixed with vinegar and slime oil. Right, that's why I needed that. Okay. That's why I needed this. Okay, so I needed this. Let's grab that. Grab that. And grab those. Okay, so now, if I had this... Cool. So we need to heat these up. Can I heat these in here? Yes, I can. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Do I have anything I can burn? Not really. I'm going to eat one of those. But you see how this helps us recover our stamina faster? That's why flavorful food is actually much better for you in this game. Alright. We also need some more water here. We need some more firewood. So many things. It's a constant thing in this game. Water, firewood, all that. That's why I'm going to take one of these jars with me when I go on this journey here. Okay, so got that right. So I was going to go grab these here. Because I need this to make this stuff here. Yep, so I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's make all you can. Because I need a bunch of these to make the crucible and all that. Well, not a crucible, but the basically the distillation stuff. Alright. There we go. And let's see here. Now, can I make all of that? Let's find out. So I needed 3 and 5. So I had just enough. There we go. Now, I technically had 1 extra. But we're not gonna split hairs on that. Because now, what I can do is make this. There we go. Alright, put this extra piece of copper in here for now. I'll grab that vitriol here, because now this... actually, hold on. Put all the salt in there. There we go. So now this guy, we're going to go place over here. We're going to put it under shelter, because we can. There we go. And now, let's come back over here. We're going to grab a candle. Examine. We're going to put this in here. Can I put more than 200? No, I can only do 200 at a time. That's fine. We will do 200 at a time. We're going to ignite our candle. Our candle light. Yes, it did. Alright, so we put that in here. Distill. Now, I might need something to put that in. And let's go ahead and make another jar real quick. Sculpt. Come on, make that jar. There we go. Alright. That's going to go in here. Jar. Alright. This one needs a large... Yep, it needs a large kiln. Goodness. Thankfully, it should only need like 1 of these here. Alright, let's see here. Grab a stack of those. Put 1 back. And we'll grab a stack of these and put 1 back. Alright. Once we get this thing fired up here, hopefully we'll get done in 1. How are we doing? Extract. No containers. Yep. So put that in there. Extract. Clay bowl. Still. There we go. So what I think I'll do is once that's fired, is we'll use that clay jar as kind of like the holding ground for that thing. I may need 1 more piece of charcoal. Alright. Let's get this. Let's drink all of that. There we go. Now, let's also come into here, because I need to crush up this blue vitriol. There we go. I don't know what the ratio is on this, so we're going to figure that out. I need to bring Eric 5 silver ores, so we're getting there. We're getting there, folks. Look, dear, isn't that a spoiled kitty? Alright. Pardon me. So what we're going to do is we're going to cleanse this rabbit, and then we're going to preserve this rabbit. And we're going to turn all these spotted mushrooms into more of that spotted mushroom soup as well. Let's come check our thing over here. Let's extract that into our clayable slime oil. There we go. And we'll take the last of this slime and distill it down. There we go. Alright. How's this kiln doing here? Oh, man, I only got halfway there. Dang, I should have grabbed that other piece of charcoal like I thought. Alright, let's go grab a few more leaves here. Good news is I got plenty of fuel to light this thing back up for the moment. There we go. Come on. I actually finished this thing. Okay, and I need some more fuel for that. Come on. There we go. Add. Alright, so I'm going to have to get some more. Man, so much going on. I just need this to finish so I can transfer the slime oil into that, and that's going to be my new slime oil holder. Okay, that's empty for now. And we're going to do that. We're going to preserve that real quick. Extract, clayable. There we go. And then we can take this guy. We can extinguish it. And we can just put it right back here. That way we know we've got fuel in there for it as needed. Yeah, that clay jar is almost done. I just wish this one didn't take charcoal. This kiln. Okay, let's stockpile these large stones somewhere. Out of the way, preferably. We'll do them like right here. There we go. There's that. Anything else we can stockpile real quick? I mean, we could stockpile these here. We'll stockpile the iron ore for now, because we're not going to use it right this second. We will use it soon. You done yet? You're finally done. Okay. So let's transfer that to the clay jar. Transfer. That way I can use this for other things. The clay jar I can put down like over here. Put that like right there. Now, how much is the ratio on that? Alright, so let's go see if we can't find that ratio. Distillation. Oh goodness. Goodness gracious me. The coyote. Actually, let's switch back to this here. Alright, coyote. You want this? Fine, we'll do this. Come here. Come here, bud. Yeah, come on. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight. Come here. Need you to slow down for me, coyote. You started this. We're gonna fight. Where'd the other one go? Oh, he ran off. Didn't want to help your friend, huh? Okay. Fine. Decided not to help his friend. There you go. That's loyalty for you. He was all about helping him when I first chased him. Alright. The main thing about these coyotes is just how awful their meat is when it comes to blight. It's not, like, the best food, either. Like, look at that. Plus 14 blight for that one piece of meat. Now, when we cook it, that'll go down a little bit, but not enough. I mean, the good news is, though, this will give us some animal fat we can make some sausage with or something. The sausage is good. There we go. Take this back to the house here, because we can also cure the sausage. Actually, I do want the axe, because we're going to grab some logs for some firewood. Thankfully, that coyote didn't really do much damage to us or anything, so it wasn't, like, super dangerous. Grab all that. I do need to figure out how to make that cleansing stuff for the food. Grab all this. There we go. Get this back to the base. Get a little firewood put on the fire. Hopefully before it, like, goes out on us. There we go. 1 and 2. And, oh man, with just moments to spare on that. Okay. So something else we need to do on here. So I need to grab, like... Yeah, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Okay, start stockpile. I'll actually just put this, like, right here next to my plants. Okay. Now, I need to take, like, 2 stacks out. Then split this stack in, like, half. There we go. That stack can go in there. Because what I need to do is fertilize the garlic. Add good fertilization. It only takes, like, 70, but it's just easier just to add 100. There we go. What else we got? Let's see here. Let's take all of this out of here. Just because it doesn't need to be in here anymore. There we go. We'll throw these bones in there. Get those drying. Good. We're going to come over here to this soaking basin, and we're going to throw this coyote hide in there. Alright. Now, let's go back to our stuff here. Let's do 1 meat. And we'll do 1 set of intestines, just to get us some sausage made. And we'll cut the rest up into strips of meat. And I do think you should be able to smoke the sausage, or do something else with this ground beef. It's just one of my things here. So let's do that. I can get maybe not having a use for the intestines and the fat. Beyond that, well, I mean, the fat you can use for other things, but you can use the fat to make candles, and you can use it to fix your torch, that kind of stuff. You should be able to use it cooking and things. Same with the ground beef, or the ground meat, I should say. Alright, so first things first. The jerky needs to go in there. Done. And the sausages need to go in here. Yep. Cool. Cool, that's those done. Throw the hardened copper into there. All this like that again. I'm going to throw these things into here because I'm not going to be able to use them anyways. Sort that one more time. Nice. Now, let's see here. How can we do this? What is the ratio on this stuff here? Is this losing slime oil? That is losing slime oil. Okay, hold on. I need a board. See? Alright. Give me a lid. So slime oil evaporates. Good to know. Add lid, please. There we go. Alright. Now let's grab the other one here. Let's put our axe away. Yep. Okay, so we've got vinegar now. Now. Basic disinfectant. Okay. So... Okay, so it's 10 to 9. Good to know. So I may need one more covered jar. Because each one of these will hold 5. So, alright, so I've got a lot more slime oil than I thought I did. Let's grab the sausage. Let's grab a jar. And what we're going to do... So let's go back. Basic disinfectant. Vinegar. Where's the stronger disinfectant, though? Basic fungicide. Ah, here we go. Improved disinfectant. Oh, I need a lot more. Blue veritol. Okay. Well, that's... Why is this sausage in there? What am I doing? Oh, did I really just, like... That... Okay. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. Alright. That's fine. Get that out of there. Alright. You... We're going to place you down. Right here. So, there we go. And... Where's my wooden stopper? Oh, no, there it is. Place this down. Right here. Okay. You all stay right there. Good. Good, good, good. Confused myself for a moment there, folks. Alright. Let's see here. Examine this. Put this one back in here for now. Where's all my sausage? Sausage. Oh. Hold on. Examine. There we go. There's a pig over there. Alright, so this sausage needs to dry out first. And is it this one? Yeah, this one's got a rabbit in it. So we'll put this sausage in here, because that'll help preserve it. Come on, finish drying out. There it goes. And that, and that. That'll preserve those sausages. Boom. Alright. Cool. Now, let's get this. I need water. There we go. Okay. I'm going to throw this in here. Start that boiling. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. How's this going over here? 14% treated. Let's get a little bit more water in that. We'll go grab like one more thing of water here. Alright, then we'll need to go get some more firewood. I think this will be the last day of prep work we need to kind of head on here. Cool. Put you down there. Nice. Alright, let's come over here. We'll grab like 2, 3 of those. Charcoal. Let's see here. We're going to need like 1, 2, 3. I'm going to need to do another charcoal run. That's what I've learned. Okay, so to smelt all this into blooms, I'll need 16 minutes. So there's that. Done. Alright. Gonna go put this over here. Come on. One into there, please. Add that from there. Cool. How's this going? That's looking fine. Alright. Let's grab our fish. Put our fish trap back down. Cool. And we're going to go ahead and cut up our fish. Really quick. There we go. This is just so we can get some more fish smoking. And then what we're going to do... We got a couple of things we could work on. But we need firewood right now. Desperately. So we'll have to go get some firewood. And we also need some more charcoal. Alright, so let's get our fish smoking here. We'll go ahead and do the bass meat first. Done. Now, let's go get our axe. And go grab some more charcoal. Grab this twig here while we're over here. Grab that twig. Each twig we grab saves us a little bit of time later. Why are there rabbit remains in the water? Not gonna question that too much. Let's see, small tree, small tree, small tree. Yeah, we'll just take the small tree here. It'll be fine. Small tree would give us 2 logs, which is really what I want, because I need firewood. There you go. Grab that. Grab that. Grab these pine boughs. There we go. Alright, so you're going to get these 2 logs from this tree. We're going to take them back to our camp for firewood. Just grab a few sticks and things on the way there. That way we can throw all this into the fire. And we're going to grab some more firewood to do another charcoal burn. Thankfully we only need 4 pieces of firewood for that. And then, once we get this fish all smoked up, that'll give us enough food for the journey, I think. I think the other thing we'll do is we'll probably eat that rabbit in the morning. Because it'll be nice and preserved by then. There's that one, and that one. Get our axe out. Get some more firewood. There we go. Alright. How's our smoking rack looking? Looking good. Alright. Let's add our stuff to the stockpile that we can. Can we add anything to that? No. What about... Nope, nothing there either. Alright. And to the twigs. No. Alright, so that's all filled up, so we're going to throw the rest of this in there. Throw these rabbit bones in there to dry. Those sticks can go in there. Sort all that out. Cool. Now, next things, we're going to get rid of all these rabbit bones we were sitting on. There we go. I'm going to do that too while we're at it. Alright, and then this, with some more ginseng roots and some salt, we'll be able to make some more of that spotted mushroom soup. I'll get us another water skin to put that in. And then we'll also get rid of our current blight, just get that dealt with. Alright. Let's speed this up a little bit. The coyote comes wandering by. There we go. Cool. Alright. That takes care of all that. That's almost done. That's not what I wanted. I want this. Alright, so 1, 2... Because how much we got? We got 350. 2, 3, 4... 6, 7, 8. That's... So basically every 2 is 50 milliliters. So 6 would be 150. Okay, yeah, no, we can't do that much. Alright, so we're going to split this out. So let's do this. Alright, so let's grab our ginseng root here. We got enough to do 3 servings. Okay. Which also means we're going to need 60 salt. Put that back there. Okay. Come back to this. Fill. Clay bowl. Yeah, there you go, transfer. There's 150, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3. Do boil that. There we go. And we'll just drink this clay bowl of water. Just because I'm out of ginseng root. There we go. That's that problem dealt with. Now, let's come over here. Let's grab a rabbit pelt. No, we'll grab a coyote pelt. Alright. Leather. Alright, and then make 2 water skins, because we can. Alright. That'll let us make another water skin of the soup. Okay, that's slowly cooking. Let's go in 6 more minutes on that. Alright, so what we'll do, go and eat that. And we'll go and eat that. There we go. put my bone meal away because I don't need it anymore. There we go. Sort all that. Where'd my... Okay, there's my empty water skins. It's like, where'd my empty water skins go? There. They went into my offhand. Okay. So let's fill water skin. Yep. Cool. We're going to grab some more here. Just to get some more water going. So I'm going to make a second water skin of just water as well. Alright. How's that all going? So that's almost preserved. It's all getting there. Good. Okay, what do I need for this guy? So I need 10 short planks and 5 more nails. I got 5 more nails. That I can do. Hold on. There's the nails. There's that. Now I just need the planks. Okay, how's my smoker going? Good, the jerky's done. Get another fish on there. I'm just going to eat all that real quick. We'll head out and find some more ginseng, too. Some more ginseng will let us make some more of that soup. Deal with our blight and fill that thing up. Alright, let's see here. Do I have any more ginseng in here? No, I don't. Okay. That's what I was afraid of. Alright. Well, let's just go. Because we need more firewood and more ginseng. Just constantly need things in this game. Small tree. So there's our tree when we're ready. I'll head down to the forest. I know I saw some ginseng down that way. Twigs. Lower in. There's some ginseng right there. Look at that. Ginseng. And ginseng. There we go. There's that. In fact, I can actually cut down this large tree right here. This large tree will get us a lot more firewood in one go here. Get out of the way before that lands on us. Grab all this up, because we need the firewood. And all that. There we go. Alright, let's chop this tree up. Here's the other thing I could do as well. I could also go ahead and get those short boards I need to finish building the grinding wheel, which actually I think I might do. Because I won't need this entire tree for firewood. Like, if I can just get that thick log for firewood and the rest of it for boards, that'll be fine too. Yeah, perfect. Alright, so let's put that away. Get out the axe. Let's pick this up. Or the saw, I mean. Put that. No, go on. Put it down. Make me some boards, please. There we go. Grab all that. Pick this guy up. Put him down. Boards. Now we just have to avoid that coyote over there. Alright. We're getting there. We're getting there. All the boards. Really? Sick. Should have plenty of space for boards. Okay, maybe I don't. There we go. We'll grab what boards we can. Alright. Yeah, I can grab one more board. Hold on. Plank. There we go. Okay, now we'll head back. I can always burn the planks if I'm desperate. Okay. Let's see here. It's good. Firewood's good. Alright. Let's add from inventory. Beautiful. Rest of you can go into here. Thank you. Alright. Let's come over here. And first things first, because I can't do anything with ginseng in the current state that it is. Gotta cut them up. There's also let me plant some more ginseng. It's, you know, constantly kind of need ginseng. Alright, there's that. So let's see here. So I can do 5 units. That's 5 times 50 is 250. So we've got, what, 350 in here right now? Yeah, so let's fill a water skin with 100. Transfer. Yes, episode 250. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Am I gonna be one short? I'm gonna be one short. 2. There's 5. Alright. So we're close, but we're not quite there yet. Let's see here. Let's grab that. We're gonna throw a couple more of those in there. Put this guy back in here. Sort that all out. Nice. Okay. Add you in here. Add the tall sticks to here. Twigs. Cool. And all the twigs and extra sticks go in there. Add to fire. Nope, I don't want those in there. There we go. Sort. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Alright, so we need one more spotted mushroom. Which we can get when we go get our boards that we left over here. Come here, boards. Where do we leave those boards at? It goes right over here. There they are. Hello, boards. There we go. You all can go in here. Let's go grab one spotted mushroom real quick from the forest over here. Spotted mushroom, spotted mushroom, spotted mushroom. There was one right there. Perfect. Hello. Come with me. Beautiful. I'll eat the ginseng. We'll take the dandelions, though. We are running a little lower on the salt than I would like. There we go. Don't need the chamomile. What we can do is we'll just grab that log and take it with us. Alright, where are you, log? Where is he? There he is. He's hiding from us. Cool. slows us down just a wee bit. It's alright. Cool. Now back to base. This guy's going to be firewood. Man, we walk so slow when we're carrying a large object like this. Stamina depletes 210% faster. Movement speed is reduced by 42%. Rough. Alright. Thankfully, we're almost there, though. Because it's right there. This is where you kind of want to get a cart, which I've never made a cart. Mostly because I'm stuck on the wrong side of the river for a cart. Like, if I was somewhere else, sure. Or if, like, the bridges across the river weren't covered in plague, that'd also be, like, completely acceptable. But unfortunately, I don't have that option right this second. So we're just going to put this guy, like, right here. Right there. Perfect. Okay. That takes care of that. And we're going to come over here, and we're going to add one more mushroom. And now let's grab some salt. We should only need 100. You know what? I'm just gonna take that. There we go. Let's throw this in here. Yes, perfect. Boil her up. Beautiful. We'll add these here. And while that boils, I'm gonna build this guy. Alright, hold on, we gotta equip a hammer first. I think we can do that. There we go. Build. It's nice having a real hammer now instead of using rocks. There we go. Can I even repair this thing? No, I can't repair that. Okay. Alright. That's done. And let's go check our fish again here. See how that's going. That's still smoking. So that's still got a little ways to go. That's alright. Once that's done, what we might do is we might actually just cook some of this fish here. So let's examine. So we could repair this. And like, look, it's fully repair that. And basically take it back up to full condition with just a tiny hit to durability. That is kind of a sound. That is a sound, let me tell you. So there we go. Full durability, and it's almost in perfect condition. Same thing with this guy. Basically, all of our tools that we've been kind of scraping by with just using a rock to sharpen them, we can now actually sharpen properly now. And it'll basically save us a lot of durability long term. There we go, and the saw. Unfortunately, we can't do the pickaxe on this, which is unfortunate. But there is something we can do. I've been sitting on over here, so we can get our axe and our hatchet. I'm going to zoom out a little bit just so that sounds hopefully not as loud. Oh yeah, that helps muffle that sound nicely. That nice grating sound. Does that take the rust off there? It does not take the rust off there. Unfortunate. There we go. And now, that's much better. So 59 chopping. So this is only slightly worse than our bronze axe. But there we go. And I think this is much better than our bronze knife. Yeah. Got a lot higher durability, better damage. Problem is, these rust where, you know, the bronze tools don't rust. And for skinning animals, the bronze knife is more than perfect. More than good enough. There's another wolf or coyote coming over here. Okay, let's fill our water skin with spotted mushroom soup. Yep. Just transfer all that in there. Cool. Done. Get a little more salt cooked up here. That one's got water. we've got like almost 2 full things of the spotted mushroom soup. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alright. Right, I needed some more charcoal before I wanted to do that. That's right. So what we'll do, get our axe out, chop this log up. And we're going to put our axe away, pick these firewood up. I stood up on one of them somehow. It was a miracle. Okay, we're going to build a charcoal pit here. So, burning. So we're going to need some sticks. So, like, the small one only makes 15, but this one makes 40. Like, there we go. Put that there. Firewood done. I just need 20 sticks, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Done. And that's the easy part. Now we just need the dirt. Okay, so let's come over here real quick. Grab our salt out of there. And what I'm going to do, just to get my character fed a little bit here, is we're just going to cook up this fish real quick. There we go. Alright, salt can go in here with the other salt. Beautiful. And I'm going to just throw these mushrooms in here real quick. And these ginseng roots. Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to throw the meat in there just because I don't need that meat. Same with this blue vitriol for now. And this chisel, because I don't need the chisel on me. Alright, so now let's get my shovel out real quick. We're just going to run over here for a second. I don't want a smooth ground. I just want to dig. Just give me some dirt. Need dirt. Need like 10,000 dirt. That all the dirt you can get there? There we go. Alright, let's see how that... It's a fair amount of dirt. Let's grab that dirt. All the dirt. That's getting me a lot of dirt. Alright, let's see if that's enough. That should be enough. Alright, let's go take a look at our charcoal pit here. Salmon, add from inventory. That was not enough dirt. I am shocked. Okay. Alright, let's see. Is that enough dirt? No. Okay. Yeah, my goodness. This thing requires so much. This is only the second time I've ever had to burn one of these. How am I not getting dirt here? Dig. Do I have to, like, get rid of all the ground first? There it goes. I guess I had to get through the grass first. Huh, weird. Okay. Alright. And take this thing off. Hold on. Get all this dirt over here. Out of my way. Put my shovel back. There we go. Alright. Build. Charcoal. Gotta have charcoal. As a blacksmith in real life, I actually prefer charcoal over coal. There we go. So now I just need to light this thing off. Let's go grab 2 pine boughs. I need 5. Come on. 1, 2. There we go. Alright. And do I have a dirt pile around here? I do not have a dirt pile. I can't even... I'll just discard this somewhere. Hold on. Actually, that's something. I'm going to go back over here. Let's just drop all this here. Discard all? Nope. Okay. That's what. See, that's an actual wolf over there. We're gonna have to get some. We have to get a real weapon to deal with that guy. All right, there we go. Okay, let's see here. It's gonna be up here. Yep, 1, 2. Oh, poor kitty, did you sneeze? My cat sneezed. All right, let's do this and that, and we'll slide her up. Kind of want to get my pick finished up here. That's my goal. All right, so it's got a little bit of time remaining. That's fine. How's that doing fire pit wise? Let's come over here, check our smoker. Good, the fish is done. Nice. And our other fish also done. A little higher in blight than I would like. But we're gonna eat them. We could preserve this. We're not going to. We're just going to eat it, though. Nice, sweetheart. My wife. No, Healy, you don't get on the computer. You have a cat bowl on purpose. There you go. Alright. You're just going to eat these real quick. Yeah, see, the smoked fish doesn't have nearly as much blight. We're just going to eat all that jerky real quick. There we go. Get that out of the inventory. Alright, now let's deal with some of our blight here. So that's water. This one. Let's transfer some of this here. So it's got 256 in it, so let's just do 56 here. There we go. Transfer. And what will that give us? That'll give us 18 minutes, which will reduce our blight by around 9. There we go. That'll take care of some of our blight, which is all that matters. Cool. So that's that done. And let's grab this real quick. We're going to boil up a little bit more water. Mostly for filling up our water skin real quick. We've got 2 water skins of water. Boil that. Now, let's check this out. How's this looking? So we need 16 minutes. We got 18. Let's do that. And let's come over here. Let's grab these. And then we'll come over here and grab 2 more leaves. There we go. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and smelt this real quick. Light her up. We're going to grab these as they roll out. That way we can get that done. And unsmelt. Okay, we got it. It is barely. Alright. Yeah, it got us a little more than 9. It's 0.6 for 18 minutes, so that's 6 for 10 minutes. And another 8. Alright. So that's not bad. How's this doing here? I'm going to have to build like a little fence down here or something. Like a little stick fence, just in case they roll down the hill. That's what I think I'm going to do. about 5-10 seconds left on this to get these 3 iron blooms. Which we're going to grab as soon as they come out. Okay, come on, give me those iron blooms. Where are they? Here's my iron blooms, come on. Alright, to my stump, to the stump, to the stump, to the stump. Where's my stump? There's my stump. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Get these done fast. There we go. Got them. Alright, let's get all my slag here real quick. There we go. Add my slag there. Okay, the other thing I need to do. So if we wanted to break down. So yeah, so if I had the mild steel, and then I could forge a new one. It takes 30 mild steel chunks to get a steel anvil. Oof. But it'll give us better forging. Then we can also make a steel axe eventually with 6. Steel saw. I do want the steel spear and the steel sword at some point. Give us a better weapon. Right now, that pickaxe is the goal. Alright, so what we're going to have to do here. Let's see here. How's this doing? Is this thing done? Oh, good. That did finish. Alright, cool. Grab this rabbit hide off here, and we'll just go ahead and grab this coyote hide and throw it on the tanning rack, because we can. There we go. Okay. How's this looking over here? That's good. Nothing on the smoker. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll just top off our water. Because our character's kind of thirsty. There we go. If we eat all of those, that's what, 6 hunger? Yeah, we'll have a couple pine nuts for snack here real quick. I've never actually eaten a pine nut. Anyone out there ever eaten a pine nut? Get these out of my inventory. There we go. Cool. Put that in there. Very nice. Alright, we're looking pretty good. So what I think I might do... Oh, that's not what I want. Yeah, let's go. I'm going to go refill this here real quick. And we're going to use it to make some chamomile tea. And such. So let's go ahead and do this. Do that. And what I can do for firewood at this point is you can grab a couple stacks. Nope. Well, that's not what I meant, but okay. Didn't mean to do that. You know what? I can always make... Alright, that's a little too much. There we go. Alright, that'll keep it going. I can always make another stack. There's another coyote over there. Alright, so that's all good there. Trying to figure out what that is on the ground there. Looks like something interesting. Okay. Yeah, matter of fact, I will actually start another stockpile here. Put this back where it was. Yep, right there. Cool. Cool. Alright. Let's see here. What's this give us here? The estimated sunrise will be about 8 hours. Yeah, well, we'll just go ahead and sleep through the night then. Get ourselves all healed up. Beautiful. We need to relight the fire. We'll need to get a little more firewood before we leave, I think. So let's fill our water skin. It can hold an extra 200, so we'll transfer that. That leaves us 150 there. Perfect. So 1, 2, 3. Boil that up. We'll just throw all this in here for now. So I don't need to carry all these with me. There we go. Sort it. Sort that. Sort that. Beautiful. And what we can do is we'll just grab that rabbit skin. Inventory. That. That. And we'll have ourselves an extra thing of chamomile tea for the road too. Beautiful. Alright. Because what we'll do, we're going to grab this. Fill our empty water skin. Transfer. Alright. Is one of these not full? So, nice. Well, I mean, they both look full. Alright. That's all that. We're going to put this in here, if I can find a place for it. We want to keep the letters. The book I'm not super worried about. That can go in the fire. Let's see here. Let's put all these down here. How big is this thing? 3 by 3? Oh yeah, we can make space for it. Do this here. Yeah, put all those there. There we go. And there's our panning thing. That's just a way for us to get extra resources when we have nothing to do. And our charcoal's all done. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Grab all our charcoal up here. There we go. Alright. Charcoal stockpile. We'll put all that in there. Nice. Okay. So let's go grab a little bit of firewood real quick. Yeah, I think one piece of firewood. Because if we need... Well, I just want to finish my thing here. I was going to throw that in the fire. What am I doing? Alright, throw that in the fire. Add that fuel. Sort this guy out real quick. Yeah, so let's go grab just a little bit of firewood. Mostly in the form of these here bushes. We're going to cut down a couple of these bushes real quick. Because I don't need a lot of firewood. I don't need, like, to go cut down a whole tree and burn that. I just need some pine boughs. Pine boughs will be more than enough right now. And this is how you can also tell that I played a lot of Haven and Hearth, because they call it pine boughs instead of pine branches. I grew up calling it pine branches, but now I call it boughs because of that game. Alright, here we go. That should be plenty, and I don't need the bear that was about to walk up on me. Do not need that fight. Oh, my crops are a little dry, so let's deal with that. Okay. Throw one stack of pine boughs in there. Save 2 of them for lighting a fire. Throw these sticks in there. Yep, add that to the fire. Perfect. And if we come into here, do that. And then do this. There we go. I'm going to come over here to our hearth. Get this sucker going. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab... Where is it? We're going to grab one more piece of charcoal for the thing. Just get 2 pieces of charcoal in there. Light it up. Beautiful. So we're going to throw these in there. We're going to actually craft with this. We're going to dismantle that. Why can I not... No, wait. Let's take that apart real quick. There we go. Yeah, let's toss that in there. Gonna grab that, because I need to bring this over to my makeshift anvil. And we're going to... why is that? Hold on. I think I made a mistake here. Hold on. Wait a second here. Grab this out. Smelt that real quick. I almost messed that up. I almost messed that up. Worked out, though. Alright, so break down. Do that. There we go. Alright, now, there's my wrought iron once I get these done. So let's go ahead and throw these in here to just keep those warm. Once I get the last of the steel, I'll be able to make that brand new pickaxe. And then we'll be ready to head on to the coast, which we'll have to do in the next stream. But we're very close to having that brand new pickaxe. That pickaxe is a good find. I actually found that in an abandoned house in this game that I found on the edge of the swamp, I believe. If I remember correctly, where that house is located. I think that's pretty typical, though, is that you usually find, like, one house somewhere with a pickaxe in it. Alright. My wife is over here petting the cat in her new cat bowl, is what we call it. It's basically this little, like, kind of fluffy cat hammock thing on two pillars that we keep next to my computer, because that's also where the space heater is for when it's cold out around here. And my cat is absolutely spoiled by this. She has decided that it's hers, and the other cat is not allowed to play with it, or be near it, or use it, or look at it funny. Alright, forge new. I need this. Forge that. There we go. Nice. Alright, can I forge anything else? I could forge the crossguard. We'll go ahead and forge the crossguard out of my extra piece of steel. There we go. Okay, we'll put our crossguard away in here if there's even space in there. There's a spot in there for it. Look at that. Okay. And the last thing we're going to make is our brand new pickaxe. Look at that. Perfect durability pickaxe. Fantastic. Alright. Let me take that apart real quick. Can I fix this? I want to see if I can fix this thing here. Can I repair this? Craft with... No. So I can't repair it. Okay. I was seeing if I could repair that. Unfortunately, I cannot. So I'll just put it back together. Alright, folks. Well, we're going to call it there. And next stream, we will work on actually traveling to the coast, because I think we've gotten everything we could possibly need at this point. Let me put my axe away real quick. There we go. Yep, that's all good. We're going to take that. We're going to take that jar with us, just as like a cooking device to have, because we're going to have to build a campfire when we get there anyways, and we're going to build a smoker, just so we got plenty of food on the coast. But thank you all for joining me. This has been Thalan McRom, playing some Last Plague Blight. I hope you all have a great one, and I want to thank everybody for just hanging out. It was great having you all here, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you all so much.